Welcome back to Allison Customs Project Car TV. Today you can see that I have a heck of a mess down here under my dump trailer. And the problem is that every time you add fluid to the hydraulic pump in here, it just ends up pouring out on the ground within just a few days. So today's project is to clean all this out and spray out the box and then fix the pump, whether it be a gasket or a tank or just what. I don't even know what it is. Other than I'm pretty sure it's not one of the lines that seems to be coming out near the bottom of the motor or the pump container, the hydraulic. All right, so what we found is a broken corner, but the O-ring on the pump itself is still in good shape. So see about just getting a tank replaced and moving forward. Showed you the tank where it was broken. I'm gonna call the place tomorrow morning where I bought the trailer. Hopefully they keep some spare parts where I can get this tank replaced. If not, I found it online. It's about $40 with the fill caps and all that stuff. So it's not terribly expensive, just, you know, would like to get it working as soon as possible. Well, it's been a couple days since we started in on this trailer, trying to get this hydraulic pump fixed, and that was basically because of the damage on this tank. We need to replace it. I couldn't get one locally. So I found one on eBay, and it was actually, I called around, you know, checking, and places could order it, but it was going to be $60 to $100. And I got one on eBay, the pump, or the tank, which is what everybody wanted to sell you for about $60. Mine came with a new O-ring, and both the lid and the fill port and the dipstick and a couple of mounting screws, and all of it for $33, including, well, I had to pay shipping, so I think it was $40 by the time it got here. I want to replace this O-ring since we were able to get a new one with it, and I don't want to damage this one though, because we may need it at some point in the future. Got that off. Clean up this groove a little bit. As you've seen, this whole thing's already been in the parts washer. Had it pretty well cleaned up. And we should put a little bit of oil on this. Put a little bit of oil on here. We'll just use a little WD-40. Put that into the groove. Want to make sure your filter suction and all that is pointed down. You moved it. More WD-40 on the tank, and then don't just force it. You gotta kind of wiggle it around so you don't tear up that O-ring. There it goes. Now, oops. And there I went and forgot this piece. So I think we can get it in. There we go. So then you can reuse the old bolts, or mine came with new bolts, so we'll just go ahead and use those new ones. If you're needing to do this, This part came from San Diego Hydraulics, and that's in Escondido, California. Takes a 10mm wrench, put it back on. These bolts don't need to be super tight. It's just the O-ring is doing the work. These are just there to make sure as the trailer moves around and you have the weight of the hydraulic fluid sloshing around in there, it doesn't knock everything loose. So I can't put a torque wrench on here, but I'm putting what I would take to be about 10 to 12 foot-pounds of torque on there. 150-ish inch-pounds. Now when I was taking this apart, you saw, I think it was Randy who was doing the work over there at the cleaning tank. He also owns the 67 to 72 GMC pickup that you may by now have already seen or you will see. But we also did the short bed conversion on it quite a few years back. So you can go back and look at that. Good friend, likes to use my trailer for his projects as well, so don't blame him. Makes life a little easier. Let me grab a clean rag and we'll wipe the fingerprints off of there. That's just brake cleaner that I'm using to wipe it down. If you guys are interested in these Sure Shot sprayers, go check out my Tool Bag Tuesday. I'll put a link for it up above, but check out that video. Shows you where to get them, gives you some links. Great little tool to have in the shop. All right, with that clean, the last item in our little kit was a new oil level fill, so we can do that, make it look basically brand new. So with that done, we're ready to go install this back in the trailer. So what we need to do is put this in here. There are 2 bolts go in the bottom down here, come up through the bottom of the box to hold it in place. So we just need to put these bolts in from underneath. All right, with that part done, this is mounted safely now. What we need to do is hook our hydraulic line back up. I'm trying to do it quickly so we don't make too big a mess. These are JIC connections, which are used commonly for hydraulic hoses. And if you're not familiar, JIC uses the same thread pitch and other angles as AN fittings. So they're just steel instead of. Well, I didn't bring the right size wrench. 11/16. So that's tight down the gland nut there. And that's it. This is reinstalled from the hydraulic side. From the standpoint of the hydraulics, it's reinstalled. We need to put our battery back in, hook up our battery cables. This right here. Now, I cannot tell you why, but on a trailer you will typically find black and white for your power wires rather than, say, red and black. Black is the power, white is the ground. I don't know why that became a standard for, and you really only see this on trailers, at least in my experience. So these two wires control the emergency brake if the trailer was to break away from the truck. And then our other cable is going to go from our positive junction there to our solenoid, which controls the motor. I always like to try and do the positive side first. So I like to do the positive side first. That way if my wrench was to slip and hit the box, you're not going to get sparks. You know, while you're doing either the battery or the solenoid there, you're not touching positive and then hit the box and that be the ground and cause a spark. And then when you do the ground, if you happen to hit the battery and the box at the same time, no spark happens. No welding your wrench to the trailer. Now the fancy battery hold down for this is this bungee cord. Put it back on. There we have it. Battery reinstalled, cables reinstalled. And our control cable just plugs back into this 4-prong plug over here. We can lay it kind of out of the way. Coil up our cord. It's designed with probably maybe 10 foot of cord here. I've never stood that far away from it using it. I usually stand about that far away. Open the box and use the buttons. I can hear the pump run. So we got electrical hooked back up correctly. Just need to put some fluid in it now. Well, I had to make a trip into town to get some hydraulic fluid. So we've added about what will be the equivalent of about 10% mixture of like a seal conditioner. And I'm going to need a bigger funnel. Grab that. Like I was saying, I've added some seal conditioner in there that makes up about a 10% portion of the mix. And now we'll take that with us in case we have to purge the air out of this more than once or twice. We can hear it run. Got to watch it. The handle on the back of the lid likes to catch on the top of that. So we gotta add some more fluid. Yep. Not a lot, but a little bit. Well, that's it for working on the trailer. That thing has just leaked for a long time and it's gotten worse over the last few months. So it's finally ready to give up on it and fix it. I guess not give up on it, but finally ready to get it fixed and quit leaking all over everything. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. This is just what we're doing out here in the shop this week. See you again next time on Allison Customs Project TV.